What's up, guys? Welcome back to Static Works. Today we're going to be doing a couple of things. The main thing is we're finally going to be working on Martin's G35 and doing the last thing to run E85, so I'm pretty excited about that. Second thing is we're going to be sanding the E30 again, just because there are a few spots that we need to go over, especially on the roof right here. We're definitely gonna have to hammer this out because it's just a huge indentation of when I sat there. If you've seen that thumbnail, I actually left a whole fucking imprint. And right now we're just warming up this beast because it hasn't been driven in a couple months. If you guys are wondering whose car this is my dad's, and I know it's in the background of every video and we don't mention it. We've only done like one video on it, but to everyone new who doesn't know, I probably drive this thing more than he does, which is pretty sad. But right now my E30 is the only thing holding it back, so I'm trying to get that car drivable. I just need new control arm bushings, and then we're gonna be pushing it out just so we can give this thing a drive, because I mean it only has 67,000 miles on it, which is insane. But I'll give you another walk around. But this is how she looks. It is bagged, so let me give you guys a little look on that.
Hey fool, what is it?
Fool, I don't know what is it.
I don't know what it is.
There it is. Trying to get a better angle of it. So this side, the rear is tucking rim, the fronts are tucking tire. I'm pretty sure if we got an 18 on this, it would definitely tuck both. But those are 19s, and their work VSXs, probably the only real wheels in Static, huh? But there's three main concerns right now that we're going to be dealing with. This is a high spot. There is a giant outward dent right here, and that really sucks because we've tried hitting it, and obviously all these marks will be covered by the putty that we put, which is pretty much a thinner layer of Bondo, and we can't get it out. So definitely gonna have to fix that. The trunk doesn't look too bad, but the roof, Chachen did skim it. Oh, you're Chachen, dog. As a kid we used to call him Chachen. His name's Ben. Hey Martin, drive it in. Woo! Is that a turbo died? It's all quiet.
Oh, it died on me on the freeway again.
It died on you?
It's that bad connection. But I already bought it.
I'm telling you, bro, BMW's
we'll
never
show
died.
the users why it's dying. But I already bought this part. It's dying on me whenever it gets too bumpy. Look at this thing is gone. You see how it's broken in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at it. It just loosens up, so it just dies on me. This one's good.
You know what you do, fool?
So I already bought this part.
Put copper wire around it to make it thicker, and then just clamp it on.
Yeah, or you get like a fucking aluminum can, bro. Just put it around there.
You're dumb, fool.
Found the broken.
What's wrong?
Mario, what it is?
I found the broken.
You want to talk to them about the meme?
Look at.
If I don't know what is it?
Oh shit.
Oh,
That's why it doesn't. That's why it doesn't tighten. That doesn't want to tighten.
Just solder it, fool.
It probably would work.
Hey.
What? You don't know what is it?
So what's the meme about that?
Ask him.
Ask him.
Tell him the whole story of our lives.
So the first time I actually asked him about it, we're at a car meet. Remember? We're at a car meet and some dude was talking to us about some cars, and we didn't really know cars back then.
We still don't.
Yeah.
Which I still don't know shit.
And then there was something that he didn't know, so he's like, "Well, I don't know what is it." And I'm like, "What?"
You mean I don't know what it is?
He's like, "That's what I said." Like, "No, dude, you said I don't know what is it." He's like, "Well, I don't know."
I don't know what it is, fool.
Cool.
Oh, it's because my grammar's fucked up, bro, you know? Like, my English is fucked up.
What do you want me to say, fool?
Well, I don't know what it is, fool.
There you go. We taught him.
We taught him well, huh?
Respect.
Goddamn, Martin. So you have some red line, transmission, and diff fluid. It's something that we definitely need to do, because whenever you get a car, the first things you want to do is maintenance, and Martin doesn't know that, so that's what we're gonna be doing.
No gap you.
Hey, shut the fuck up, alright?
With no maintenance.
And right here is what we've been waiting for, and those are GTR injectors, so we're definitely gonna be installing these. Hey Martin, catch! Thank you. And Martin also got a steering wheel, bro.
Oh yeah, I got a new steering wheel.
Just kidding, he got my steering wheel, but he did get the quick release for his car, and he is buying my steering wheel, which obviously is going to match his car. I mean, a little bit. So this is Junior's truck. I kept telling him to get an E36, but he's like, nah, fool, I need something reliable.
That's later. That's later.
But something surprising is that it is a manual. It's the 5-speed?
5-speed.
If you guys want us to build a mini truck, let us know, because he just bought wheels for it, and we're gonna be slamming it pretty soon. My biggest grief on these NRG hubs is that my E46 one was really tiny, and I couldn't hide any of the wires back here to cancel out the lights. Hopefully this does have it. Fucking has everything. This has everything you need, Martin.
I know.
Guy, bro.
Where's the horn?
Since I've done about like 5 of these at home and 1 at school, I'm gonna be installing the quick release really quick before we start his.
It didn't come in yet. Goodness.
The first steps to installing the GTR injectors is to remove the intake and the plenum, which is really easy. It's just these bolts, and it goes all around the back. And the hardest part, I believe, is getting to the lower manifold, and I recommend you replace the gaskets on them. So we'll probably go to AutoZone and buy some.
Brand new already. They're still brand new.
No, they're not, bro.
Which gaskets? It's a brand new car.
Oh, Martin. There's a hose still connected.
God!
You're dumb, bro. Like,
Cha-cha, stupid.
Oh, I fucking told you there was a hose connected.
Oh, I already
fool.
took the back one off. Oh, just leave it like that. We don't need to take it off then. At that point, just leave it, right?
inside it looks really nice though. Like normally, since the PCV valve, like
A little bit of oil.
since the PCV valve gets recirculated in here, there's an oil coating. It's like just orange. It's not dirty, but normally they're just like coated in orange and it's stained on there. But it looks really fucking clean. Like if they cleaned it before, so that's really nice. And since you have an oil catch can set up, it should help. But you can see oil residue right here.
There's a little bit.
Yeah, but it's not too bad. Not less than what it normally is. Honestly, like this is more of just knowing where the bolts are. Like whatever's connected to it, you just remove. The last bolts you want to remove are going to be these. I believe these are going to be holding on the plenum, the manifold from the middle. And I did forget that this is the MREV manifold, so of course it's going to be clean just because it is new. Fucking VQs, bro.
What's that guy?
VQs. Okay.
Well, that was pretty easy.
And now what we want to do is cover these holes that go to the cylinders, because if you drop anything in there, good fucking luck.
Good luck taking it out. Goodbye, motor. I'll order the tune before we do the test pipes. That way I have
Yeah.
everything ready, because I do need the intake still.
So pretty much how it's gonna work and how it's gonna play out is he is getting it from RZG, and I really trust them just because they do have a huge community and they've built a reputation. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna tell us to go to Saul, but we can't go to him. Obviously we can always switch tunes, see what's better, but for now we're gonna go with them. And they are located out of state, so pretty much what they do is they're gonna send us a base map to just run the E85 once we swap it in. And with Martin's computer, I'm gonna be uploading the data file to the ECU. And pretty much when we do the test pipes is when we're gonna be draining out all the gas and filling it up with E85. So we'll probably just grab like a gallon of it, pour it in there, and then flash the file so we can drive it. And once we start driving around, that's when we're gonna be sending that file to them, and pretty much they're just gonna measure air fuel ratios, everything that they need. And honestly, dyno tunes are good because you can see the parameters and everything, but when you're driving in the street, that's what's really gonna matter when you're under load. Hopefully it does produce a lot of power, and maybe we will take it to a dyno just to see how much it pushes down, because he is trying to push 300, and I feel like with cams he will be able to do that. But he is full bolt-on with headers right now, so that's pretty good. But right now we're gonna be trying to take off the fuel rail, which is
well, we
right
can cam this
here.
ourselves. Look at all this dirt. Look at all this junk.
No, bro.
No, look.
Yeah, that's all.
No,
That's all VQ stuff, bro. VQ power. So the fuel rail are gonna be these right here. You're gonna wanna take off this bolt and then another bolt right there. And it pretty much pulls off after you disconnect all the sensors. And it shouldn't be too hard to do, just like that. And so right now we should probably get a 12mm or 13 to take these off. So these, you have to be very careful when you pop them out. To remove the fuel injectors, you just have to pull on this clip on both sides, and then you just have to wiggle it side to side, and it should just pop out with gas. And then there you go. If you look at the tips right here, there's only 4 of them, and when you look at the GTR injectors, it looks like there's 10. So it's gonna be spraying better. I don't know if that's the right one, dude.
It's fine.
Bro, I really don't think that's the right one.
It's fine.
When installing these, you don't want to push it all the way in. We were having a problem putting the clip back in, and this little ridge right here is where this clip slides in, and we'll show you on the other side. So when you push it in, you can see that it passes the line. So that's how you have to like bring it back out just very little and make sure that it's on there, and then just slide it in, and then it holds it like that. So that's pretty much how it's going to be held on, and you're going to want to do that to each of them. Shouldn't be that hard. Just make sure you coat them with that petroleum jelly or whatever you need to coat them. Don't do what Martin did if that's not how you do it.
It's fine, it's grease.
We need to look that up, bro. We have grease here, bro. Right now I'm tightening down the fuel rail. We have everything inserted pretty good, and before we actually turn on the car, we're gonna connect the battery and we're gonna prime it. We're not actually gonna start it, and we'll start seeing if there's any leaks before we put everything back together, because we don't want this car to catch on fire, and we don't want it to just leak gasoline everywhere. And I'm just tightening the fuel rail just slightly, just to hold it in place, and then we're actually gonna find the torque specs so we can tighten everything down the way it should be, because it's actually being tied down to the manifold, and you don't want to warp that or strip any of the bolts. But now everything's tight.
There. I'm gonna do it again.
All right.
That's it.
No leaks. Let's see if it turns on and runs
You ready?
semi good. Yeah. How's the idle?
2000. And it drops down. Ready?
That's loud.
Before
We need to drill something out though. The jet.
we're gonna drive it no more first. I want to make sure it runs.
Yeah. How's the steering wheel?
Crooked. Yeah, it's not ready right.
What we noticed is after 3K, it like has a little noise from the fuel pump, like if it's giving out. We've done so much modifications and we're still running on a stock tune, so you shouldn't be driving this car as much until we get it ready for that. It cuts off, huh?
Yeah.
The fuel is cutting out. I think it's going to be running rich. Yeah, but it's definitely probably, the ECU probably doesn't know what to do with all these modifications, obviously. And I had a feeling of that before. I told them that there's a possibility that it is gonna start choking up. So as long as that keeps it under 3K, drives it home. We still need to install the test pipes. Once we install those test pipes, it's good to go. Except for the intake that they're gonna ship to us from RZG. We're gonna get 3.5 inch.
Yes.
So we are gonna get the 3.5 inch. So fuck, can't wait for that shit. We have upgraded fuel pump, GTR injectors. I mean, you need a tune for any of those, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we should be happy the car's even running good for with all
The drive home is gonna suck.
Oh, you had to keep it under 3K?
Should I go right now and then bring the Ultima?
Yeah, just in case we break down. We'll probably drive to his house. We already installed the steering wheel, installed the fuel injectors, and we're gonna just be sanding this car, not actually priming it sadly, but we will do another video for you guys, I promise. But on that note, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you guys in the next one.